DJ's True Crime 2026, turn the lights down low, let the darkness mix. Midnight whispers on an old back road. Every secret's got a story untold. Cold case files and a smoking gun. Truth runs deep where the shadows run. Footsteps echo in an empty hall. Somebody's watching from behind the wall. Red string tied to a photograph. Broken clocks in a shattered past. Every clue's just one more fix. Welcome to 2026. DJ's True Crime 2026. Twisted tales and dangerous tricks. Every lie's got a heavy price. Roll the tape, let's roll the dice. Heartbeat racing, ticking ticks. Truth cuts deep like sharpened sticks. If you're brave, come take your fix. DJ's True Crime 2026. Headlines screaming in black and white. City sirens in the dead of night. Coffee cold on a cluttered desk. One more name on the suspect list. Footprints fade in the falling rain. Every witness recalls the same. A fleeting face, a shadowed mix. Another mystery in 26. Maps on the wall with pins stuck in. Where do we start and where's it end? Truth don't sleep and neither do I. Chasing ghosts that never die. DJ's True Crime 2026. Secrets buried in the politics. Truth is sharper than it looks. Hidden deep between the books. Turn it up, let the story stick. Every twist hits hard and quick. Stay tuned for the final fix. DJ's True Crime 2026. In the midnight city where the neon lights glow. DJ's on the mic and the whole world knows. From the streets to the sky where the blue flames fly. We ride together strong, never asking why. Hear the beat of the drums like a dragon's roar. Every step we take makes the crowd want more. Through the fire in the night, we stand as one. When the music hits hard, that's when we run. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Rising through the night, breathing blue fire, burning bright in the light. Hear the crowd scream loud when the bass drops hard. Stand up, stand proud for the Blue Dragon Squad. And the sound where the legends grow. Every beat we drop makes the whole place glow. From the underground vibes to the main stage flame. Blue dragons flying high in the game. Hear the thunder roll when the speakers pound. Feel the energy shaking the ground. Every soul in the room feels the spark ignite. Blue dragons rising in the night. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Rising through the night, breathing blue fire, burning bright in the light. Hear the crowd scream loud when the bass drops hard. Stand up, stand proud for the Blue Dragon Squad. Dragon Squad. No fear, no change, just the rhythm we ride. Blue flames in our hearts, got the squad by our side. When the night falls down and the music's loud, you'll hear the roar of the dragon crowd. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Hear the legend call. Blue fire rising as the shadows fall. Hands in the air while the beat hits hard. Forever we ride. Blue Dragon Squad.
Sweet boy Sebastian, where are you? The stars stayed up all night waiting too. The next morning your mama came up. You weren't there, your room was empty. Sweet boy Sebastian, where'd you go? Your room we're still left the same as it was. The whole world has been searching, but there was no evidence of where you went. The wind whistles softly in the night and morning. It hums your name and hums the song of I Am the Tiger. It's so quiet without your laughter and smile. Life gets harder and harder every day. Sweet boy Sebastian, where have you gone? Everyone has searched through forests and water and near your house with no sighting or sin. If you're hiding, come out and come back. Sebastian, your dad is worried, and so is the whole wide world. Sebastian, where are you? Please show us signs wherever you may be. We are your army, sweet boy Sebastian, so please come home. So please.
Hello there. Can you guys hear me and can you guys see me? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear and see me. Okay. So we're going to watch a live stream. Well, not a live stream. We're going to watch a video on about Sebastian from that I found on the channel. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So let's get started. And by the way, for those in the bushes, watching from the bushes, please hit the like and also subscribe if you haven't, and share my channel out into the algorithm. That would be very much appreciated. And also thank you everyone who's in chat.
Gave it to me, the only person that would not talk to me, as the only person that had something to hide and wouldn't talk to me. You know, she has a son that's hiding and waiting for somebody in the dark, late at night on the 25th, and there needs to be some explaining for that. I'll just leave it at that.
Forever trusting who we are. That we are going to keep searching, we are going to keep looking, we are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value. It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
Because the investigation remains ongoing.
Yeah, I'm working on behalf of Sebastian. I am not. My client is Sebastian, and they're the guardians that have the ability to sign.
The service will sound it just started. Hi, Dad. I know this is gonna sound weird, but tomorrow's picture day. So could you send some decent clothes over to me so that I can rent the decent clothes and be handsome for my birthday if we don't have decent clothes? Mom.
Because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
All right, welcome everybody. Give me a second here. Here is my.
And also, I'm just gonna drop my PayPal link in the chat. Also, if you guys would like to help out by sending money to my PayPal, that would be very much appreciated. But it's never expected. So here's my PayPal link. Just hang on. Hey, Brown Eyes. Good to see you. Now let's get back to the video.
Billions against these people. This is how I. Yeah. You tell them, Arnold. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Give me a second here. Crispy, you got your window up. Crispy. Hey, come back. Crispy, you got your window up. Crispy, come back. It's too late.
In my opinion, so since KP was saying we are searching, who's we? There is no we when it comes to KP and CP. So, honestly, KP, don't lie. Just tell the truth. That's all you need to do.
Hear me, I guess. Anyway, sorry about that. All right, we had a wonderful guest show up in our chat last night. I didn't know because apparently I guess he showed up right towards the end, but my mods, being as wonderful they did the right thing, of course, block, because clearly he's not going to put anything, that's actually informative or any kind of rebuttal or debate. I've got 2 screenshots.
Oh yeah, Linda, I agree with you 100%.
I can only get the one for right now, but here, as you can see, the pure stupidity that is coming from your brain is truly shocking. That is all he can put out is. Sorry, let me get this set up here real quick here. Anyway, but yeah, the comments typically, grifting, calling people stupid, I guess maybe that.
I'm also going to put elevator music on in the background just so you guys don't have, just so I'm using fair use. No. There.
That catches on when you spend time in certain live shows such as Crewminati, where you just tear everybody else down, right? Instead of putting up some kind of debate or argument or anything like that. But if SF is watching, although my mods did the right thing, timed him out and blocked him, I did unblock him because who knows, he may be lurking. So SF, Mr. Fish Sticks, you are unblocked. If you can actually produce a sentence that doesn't revolve around
Who is Mr. Fish Sticks? I cannot remember.
Something like this, or grifting, and maybe a debate, I'll give you that chance. I'd love for you to put up some kind of argument to anything that I'm going to produce in this live show. So, but if not, you'll just be timed out and blocked again. But again, if you can act like adult, you're more than welcome to put something in the chat. I would love to be challenged on any of the stuff that I present. But if you're just name calling and calling it grifter, childish stuff, that just tells me you have no argument to what I'm producing. It tells me I'm going down the right path. But
okay.
Just let that sink in. He showed up in the chat. I mean, this guy's been on the Savannah Guthrie case, popping up on, all the big news channels. I don't know how much as of late, but I know, I haven't looked at his Twitter in the last 24 hours, but I know, he's still posting more or less about Savannah Guthrie. So just let that sink in, that my live show was more important to him than what.
Okay. So another troublemaker. Makes sense. You can never get rid of troublemakers, that's for sure.
What's going on with Savannah Guthrie? Told you guys, we're getting closer. And I hate to kind of be a broken record, but I got a big show, and we're going to break down, to my best ability, the time frame, like second to second. So I saw that. Yeah, he tends to do that. I've never tweeted directly at him or responded. Anyway, to me, I just feel like, because it seems like if anybody doesn't agree with him, he blocks them. So, that's.
Which I don't think anyone would agree with CP and KK and Fish Sticks or Craddock, in my opinion, and allegedly.
Yeah. Anyway, so originally I had this set up for, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern. I always just go to Eastern time, even though I'm Mountain time where I'm at. I just feel like it's easier for everybody to just kind of calculate. But anyway, and yes, it was the actual SF.
Okay.
We did double check that. That is his account. Can't fool me.
Photo 2 has a Dodge Ram truck. And he goes on to tell it Photo 2 also has a single cab pickup truck.
So as people come in, if you can, please hit that like button. I'm going to kind of read chat. I'm just going to play, again, this is the only clip I could ever find. This comes from...
Just so we don't have to hear Mob Crew talking so much, that's how come I'm going to try to find where he's playing other videos.
White Boy Lockdown or something like that, who is a big fanboy of SF. And again, I guess he put up a show or something, I don't know, on YouTube or something, but he didn't really put up a rebuttal, in my opinion. Here's him just flipping out. And this is probably about a year ago, maybe a little bit less. And this is when I was starting to use AI. And at the time I was using Grok. Now, and Grok's okay, but ChatGPT is a lot better. I would say Grok is getting better, but I think you can kind of influence, for those that use the AI tools, Grok, at least I haven't used it for a while, but you can kind of influence it and kind of make it, if you got an argument and if you kind of are biased in the argument, you can kind of feed it to one side. But here's him just flipping out. But there's just one part of it that
I'm guessing this is Fish Stick flipping out, if I'm correct.
I really want to focus on, but I'm just going to let it play for a second. But just listen to how, he hates my guts.
17 feet, approximately 40 feet from the camera. Photo 2 has a floodlight.
And so for context, this is where one of my lives, I was, first starting to use Grok and use it to try to break down. We're trying to figure out like the distance of the 3M car and the distance of the subject 1 and 2. And I fed it a bunch of information. So he's reading all this information that I fed it in here. If you're wondering what he's doing right now.
In the red circle, so he's telling it what it is. So now it doesn't have a choice to tell you anything different. It's approximately 287 feet.
You got to feed it information. You can't just post something and go, unless you're just, wanting to know a model of a vehicle. But I mean, when it's something this complex, you need to try to feed it a lot of information. And of course, he has skipped forward to where I'm now giving a lot of data. But anyway, let me just kind of get to the part where he flips out about the car, which is just
by Mob Crew saying the flipping out about a car, does that mean does he mean a car that showed up at KK's and CP's house? Allegedly, and in my opinion.
Wow.
Saying caution, the user states, this is not AI giving you this. It's such BS, man. I mean, you gotta quit scamming on Sebastian Roger.
No, I didn't say I solved the case. I solved the 3M video, when and where. To my best ability. I wish I had solved the case. Again, that would produce Sebastian. So please don't get that wrong, Canadian. And I hope that thumbnail didn't mislead anyone.
This is just out of fucking control, dude. Stop it. Move on. Get a goddamn job. Seriously. This is just grifting. And he goes on like, oh my God, you're not going to believe.
Had more for you guys.
Oh, it's like,
so I'm using Grok.
So if I'm grifting, why would you, like, if I was annoyed and I thought somebody was just literally just making up stuff and just a bunch of nonsense, I would completely ignore that person.
In my opinion, I think CP and KK and Craddock and Fish Sticks are all thinking we're all grifting, which we aren't.
And move on, right? If he is so upset and thinking I'm just making a bunch of shit up, why does he keep coming back? Unless he knows that, again, I'm on the right track. And unfortunately, he was on the wrong side.
It's been updated. It's a great AI system.
Right.
Gives you a lot of detailed information. You can do deep dive searches on it. Explains a lot. How it's coming to the conclusions that it does. It's truly amazing.
It is, right, in your mind.
So again, I fed it the distances, right? And so I asked it between, and the other thing I also did, so I gave it an X and a Y, right? Because you need an X and a Y access to kind of get an idea to feed the algorithm. I also told the algorithm the distance between the red circle and the yellow circle. So now it knows.
So I'm guessing here is where Chris is showing from Mob Crew. I'm guessing this is a map of where he's showing where Sebastian went missing from, I think is what I'm understanding.
So you told it that it was a flashlight, and you told it was a headlight and a taillight. Why didn't you just analyze what are these?
No, well, see, that's the thing. So this is where, when white boys like, oh, look, he's destroying Mob Crew. It's like, well, no, he skipped like half of it because you went before that. I did ask it individual stuff. It was progressively, it's a progressive thing. But of course, it's the typical take it out of context and we'll just jump right into the middle. And I just fed it half the stuff.
We did, and that it came back with a flashlight and it came back with a fixed mounted light.
But that's interesting. This part, there's just two parts here, and we'll get to the proper show. But I just to show you how much he loves me, right? but for some reason, the red circle and the yellow circle. So now it knows
in the red circle and the yellow circle. You told it that it was a flashlight, and you told it was a.
Yeah, where was the flashlight? Like, honestly, good question.
Headlight and a tail light. Why didn't you just analyze what are these, like we did?
Already did.
It came back with a flashlight, and it came back with a fixed mounted light.
Notice he says one came back as a flashlight, so he agrees that there's a flashlight moving. But notice he only says one, and then he says one a fixed mounted light. Yeah, but we know there's two subjects moving, but he wants to claim that subject one is anchored.
And the other lights were from trash.
You know, it just blows my mind. Like, no, the thing clearly moves off the screen. Like, but you can't explain that because you need to fit your narrative that this is the guy taking his trash can.
It can do that based on pixel level detection, but you didn't use it that way. You told it to back you up. So what I did is I went in the Grok, because later in your live you showed this screenshot. You're like, oh, I took out all the information I gave it and opened a new Twitter tab, and I asked it, what's in the purple circle in this image? And
I agree with
you came back saying, oh, it said it was a headlight and a tail light, because Grok remembers it just because you started a new
and actually, one thing I hate to say, but yeah, at the time, barely starting to use Grok, he is right. Like I said, you can kind of influence it. I didn't know as much. It's still, when I went over to ChatGPT, most of the stuff I had was still ended up producing the same results and even better results. But yeah, agree there. Look, I'm a big boy. I can admit when I'm a little naive to it.
Should be.
I understood it, but yeah, that's something that I eventually would learn after using it.
Everything you've given it, it's a learning model. That's what AI is, you fucking dummy. And so what I did is, in my account, which doesn't have any, I don't use Grok to analyze shit. That's like something honk.
Same as you, fish sticks. You're an effing dummy, in my opinion. Seems how you like to call others names. So how about people start calling you names? Just my opinion.
We do. But what I did is I went ahead.
So you went and used Grok. You're going to shit on it, and then you're going to use it, right?
And I did ask it, because that was the
this
only
is the
image
last
that
part, and then we'll move on.
I've ever fed it. And I asked the exact same question that you said in your live. You asked it. I gave it this image, which you used, and I asked it,
oh, that's a lovely picture.
Type of light is in the purple circle, and it came back and said the image appears to be from a thermal or infrared camera, which that security camera is infrared. This type of light is invisible to the human eye. Now, let's just say for a second, because I've been wanting to bring this up to you, but I don't want to talk to you.
But yet you just came in my live last night.
So what it says here in the message, what type of lights is in the purple circle? The image appears to be from a thermal or infrared camera, often used in military or civilian contexts, such as FLIR, forward-looking infrared footage. The purple circle highlights an object that is emitting or reflecting heat, which is captured as infrared light. In thermal imaging, brighter areas typically indicate warmer temperatures, so the object in the circle is likely emitting infrared light due to its heat signature. This type of light is invisible to the human eye but can be detected by specialized sensors.
You don't want to talk to me, but you literally just cannot help yourself. Make up your mind, buddy.
Let's just say, because I've been here many times, okay, to this exact location. Let's just say that is a headlight.
It is that.
Tell me
well, technically it's a fog light, but okay.
Car you have ever ridden in, Mob Crew, where the headlight right here, supposedly,
this is where I'm like,
has a throw pattern that just ignores the first 10 or 12 feet.
So he literally, I cannot believe that he would actually say this, that he's trying to say from the tail light to where the fog light starts. The car is in between that. He knows that. But he's literally going to put this argument out saying that the flat, like when the headlight kicks on, it skips, 12 feet and then it appears. I cannot believe he would actually, that sentence, paragraph, whatever, phrase would come out of his mouth. It is just
like and then just throws light and begins like 12 feet out. So wouldn't that be fun to drive around in a car and be like, okay, I can't see anything in the first 10 or 12 feet in front of me, but my headlights start way out here. You turn your headlights on and it immediately illuminates the ground. That is actually by law. They have to do that. They have to be.
And then he's going to go.
So basically, Fish Sticks is twisting and turning what he thinks everything is, but he's trying to make it seem confusing to everyone, in my opinion.
Going to law. But you know what he doesn't answer? He does not address, he does not investigate and give me an actual argument of what that is, right? He just, of course, diverts and comes up with some nonsense, but doesn't address that is a vehicle, or even brings up, boy, this is kind of a concern. This is happening when the flashlights are moving directly behind them. But he doesn't address that because he knows the second he does that, he's got to give away.
He has a certain throw pattern. I mean,
that's going to shit on their scenario of the trash guy taking out his trash can. Because then, clearly if there's a car there and the guy's taking his trash can, why didn't, they confirm each other? Oh yeah, I saw this car.
Exactly. Good point. But if the case is ongoing in SCSO, shouldn't they be looking for Sebastian? Exactly. Yes, they should be looking for Sebastian. But it's like they have a piano tied to their butts and they're not doing anything about it.
Sitting on Stafford, weird, kind of had its headlights off, kicked on, kind of dangerous as a garbage truck is coming around the corner. Anyway.
This is the first nonstick with no coating.
So, all right, let's get to it, guys. I just thought we'd play a little bit of that because
So what's being shown next on February 26th, Sebastian Rogers was declared missing.
Holy shit. And again, as more people come in, hit that like button. Again, we were visited by SF. God bless his soul. And my mods were on it. But again, SF, I unblocked you. You have every opportunity to act like an adult and rebuttal anything that I produce during this live. But if you put anything childish in the chat, you will be timed out and or banned.
February 26th, Sebastian Roger.
All right. So I know 99% of you guys know the case. I'm just going to quickly play this so I can kick on my AC, but we are going to break down second to second when the lights were moving, how it all took place.
Yeah, so basically this video will show what happened on day one, I'm pretty sure. So the night he went missing.
And yeah, so this is gonna be very exciting because you could kind of say this is like part 2 to my live from yesterday, because I was kind of thinking like I think we could probably figure this out now, because again I've also learned some inside information that all kind of glues this
exactly
together.
I agree.
All right guys, let me just kick on my AC real quick and I'll go full screen. Be right back.
Rogers was declared missing and endangered, but on the next day, on the 27th, they escalated his case to Amber Alert status. Why?
This is a News 2 breaking news alert.
And we need to start that breaking news right now. An Amber Alert has just been issued for missing Hendersonville teenager Sebastian Rogers.
In this video, I'm going to prove what caused the Amber Alert and why it's still active. I will back this up with literally one of the biggest clues many people have missed, and why certain family members and law enforcement agencies don't want you to know about this giant clue that was there all along. Welcome and get comfortable. You are now watching The Mob Crew. In this video, I'm going to prove what caused the Amber Alert and literally crush and end certain ongoing debates with a clue that is so big they don't want you to know. Chapter 1. From Missing and Endangered to Amber Alert. Just after Rogers was reported missing on day 1, law enforcement was seen looking for any surveillance footage around the neighborhood of Rogers. Law enforcement would soon find out that one home did indeed capture something on the early morning hours of the 26th. That home was located here, and what they captured would become infamously known as the 3 a.m. lights. And on the next day, February 27th, sometime during the afternoon, the TBI would post that an Amber Alert was issued in the Rogers case based on additional investigative information. This was certainly no coincidence.
Alert. And we need to start that breaking news right now. An Amber Alert has just been issued for missing Hendersonville teenager Sebastian Rogers.
Officials tell me Sebastian Rogers is an autistic 15-year-old with glasses, dirty blonde hair, and was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and sweatpants around midnight Sunday night.
Really increases the volatility of the situation. The medicine was there, obviously to treat his autism. So how he responds to that once the medicine is out of his system is really not my expertise. But
in my opinion, I think they put him in different clothes to make it seem like he was wearing different clothes all along.
I do know that it's going to have a negative effect on him.
Here are the criterias needed for an Amber Alert: confirmed abduction, imminent danger, targeted information, and age requirement. That's right, confirmed abduction is one of the main criterias for an Amber Alert, and it's still active.
Yeah,
Chapter 2, the 3 a.m. video and controversy. Now, if you're familiar with the Rogers case, then you probably heard and or seen parts of the 3 a.m. video. It was first released to the public 3 weeks after Rogers went missing by a local reporter who obtained parts of the video from a...
Now, I know someone said, allow him in so we can tell him off. No, I want to encourage him to see if he can debate.
We don't even have to
any
say
kind
my
of argument
for
to
that. We could
anything
say
that I'm going to
allegedly for
produce
that.
either yesterday or today, because today's going to even be more in depth. Because I'm curious. Because it just shows me if he's just coming in and acting like a child, that means he has no argument, just what we just said, 5 minutes ago. But again, the fact that on a Saturday, he's maybe likely in California, so he's an hour ahead of me, or behind me, I'm sorry. And so, yeah, and on a Saturday evening, he's in my show. And clearly, it seems like he waited till the end, because we noticed kind of like, I think it was around the time when I said, I'm just about to finish up. And I think he knew, okay, well, now I'm going to...
And in my opinion, to do with that, even if KK and CP did take the lie detector test, I don't think they took it properly. I think they, honestly, in my opinion, I think they worked around to lie to the detector, the lie test, and ended up pretending that everything was all true when it really isn't. Yep, totally understandable.
Put some childish BS in the chat, because, it can't produce an actual argument to anything that I have debunked all of their stuff, yet they can't come out with anything, so... All right, this Nick Barris video, I know we played it a lot. I'm just going to play it a little bit.
one of the things he says is so important. I've mentioned this before, but I promise you, because we are going to break this down second by second, more or less. And it literally lines right up. And yeah.
Extended family members.
Have reviewed security video from homes in the neighborhood looking for clues.
We have had several clips that have come in.
And this one is getting the most attention, showing signs of activity around Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. You see two light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see...
That's one of the things, and it'll come up again because this is really important. Because remember, Nick Barris, clearly, when they sent this to him, obviously we had, some leaks, short little clips, but he clearly had, I'm assuming, I asked him multiple times, can you just share me how long approximately the video was shared to you? Because he clearly got the uncut version, but he clearly cropped it in to leave out the car, which we've gone over. I'd understand because, maybe not want to get in trouble, and that would be something maybe in the beginning you would keep to your close to the vest. But the short time later, I promise you that's very important.
Corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area,
so sorry,
and that is it.
This video had been heavily cropped and zoomed in. This was done on purpose, to leave out a major and crucial detail, which we'll cover in a moment. Meantime, this video would be commonly known as the flashlight video, and it sparked heavy speculation, so much so that eventually, law enforcement would claim that it was garbage truck lights, and Sheriff Craddock would give us the best quote of my generation.
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why? And so it could play a role down the road depending on developments?
We don't know what we don't know. So yes, it could play a role.
Reports that say that something hasn't happened are always interesting to me because, as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Yeah, you tell him, Arnold. Yeah.
Honestly, if you're not satisfied,
Chapter 3, The Unknown Unknown, 3 a.m. car.
No.
So what really caused the Amber Alert?
That's hilarious.
Since Nick Barris purposely left the video heavily cropped and zoomed in, the public was not aware that something else was captured on that surveillance. A car was captured during the same time as the flashlights were moving in the background. Now I understand why law enforcement would want to keep this detail out of the public during the...
Even though I've shown like this example, probably before he did that one video that White Boy presented, and I'm sure he had to have seen it at some point, claiming, yeah, there's a car between this. I've never ever said that this is a damn headlight and that this is the, results of.
So basically, certain people are twisting Chris's words from Mob Crew.
But that's him, obviously, I guess, at least smart enough to, or, well, I'd say shady. I don't know if smart's, I don't know if that's the proper term, but shady enough to kind of work it around like a lawyer, like, yeah, I'm not going to address that this is a car because that would just, because if that's a car, then the lights are literally moving directly behind that. And in front of this car is the driveway. So that literally just cuts out your whole angle of looking up, to the west.
Beginning of the investigation. But after a certain amount of time, why wasn't the public made aware of this car? If you have an active Amber Alert, remember the 4 major criteria: confirmed abduction and targeted information, such as the vehicle. Now I have spent hundreds of hours breaking down these videos, using tools to break down where the car was spotted. How? We are looking at fog lights illuminating the crown of the road and using...
Bullhorn Betty, I think she might have been in here. I think somebody saw her in here. I do appreciate that video because that really helped figure out this.
Yeah, which would make sense, especially if the haters are
the
doing
crown
it.
of the road and these voids in it.
AI to read the temperature of taillights to learn they are.
I mean, they literally line up like a puzzle piece, literally. But yeah, that was really nice because that whole thing just bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah, for those in the bushes, come out. Don't be hiding. No one's gonna bite. Please click that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and share my channel out into the algorithm.
And now it makes sense why we don't see, because it's not a headlight, it's fog lights, it's low to the ground. I know we've gone over this, but and obviously the fog light, because of that particular make and model, which again, there's like, we have up to 5 of them, but Hyundai Sonata, Honda Accord, and Nissan Altima being the top 3. They have that fog light that's, separated from the headlight. It's in the lower part of the bumper. And so the actual bulb itself would be kind of concealed. So it makes sense that we wouldn't see, like when I did the example where we can actually see the headlight lamp, we wouldn't see that in this case because the bulb itself is being blocked.
Our LED lights and so much more by process of elimination, which gives an idea of what kind.
Yeah, it's one of those things that she recorded a video. I'm not sure exactly, I think this is very early on days when she made that.
The stepfather, who has several open CPS investigations against him regarding Sebastian, was once asked back
because CP won't tell the truth, that's how come there's accusations. Actually, it shouldn't even be called accusations. It should be people are calling out the lies that CP and KK are telling.
In October of 2024 about what he thought happened to Sebastian Rogers. This was his answer.
What do you all think happened to little Sebastian?
Yeah, good luck, Ty.
Sebastian walked out of the house.
Be safe.
Either it was planned or he...
Oh, BS. He did not walk out of the house.
It was lured out of the house or something triggered him to leave out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, as we come up to where I'm going to start breaking this down, this quote in this theory, but, and I know we kind of addressed this yesterday, but this is so important. I've kind of explained it, but again, this is where Crispy just cannot help himself, but
good to see you.
Lie, but there's always some kind of truth in his BS.
And walked out of the house. I personally feel he got to Long Hole Pike, and he got picked up in a car, and they headed westbound.
Exactly,
Linda.
And that is so huge because I told you when looking at the footage that we can see of Long Hollow, there are more cars that go east towards Gallatin, correct me if I'm wrong, versus going west, at least during that time of the night or early morning, I should say.
Wow.
What's eerie is, he's likely not far off from the truth, but notice he carefully took his time to say Long Hollow.
Either it was planned or it was lured out of the house or something triggered him to leave out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And walked out of the house.
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe hindsight may know. I don't. It certainly wasn't at the Stink Feet home. So maybe at Mama Sock's home would be my guess. I don't know 100% though.
That's a good question, though. So here we are looking at Long Hollow. Now we are looking south. So we've kind of flipped. And
so Mama Socks is CP's mom, I'm guessing, in my opinion.
So to the right is westbound, and at 303, which this car is going to be super important.
House. I personally feel he got to Long Hole Pike, and he got picked up in a car, and they headed westbound on Long Hole Pike.
Wow.
What's eerie?
Here's the pen that erases scratches instantly. Look, no cut, no Photoshop.
Okay. Now I'm going to kind of breeze through this, but this silver sedan, I have a new theory to add on to this. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. We're now going to get into breaking this down, but I think the silver sedan, of course, I do feel this car is involved, not directly, but was, part of, the team or whatever, the co-conspirators, whatever you want to put it. And this was used in a particular way, but we, originally thought,
really?
Sorry, I super fast forward this, but again, I broke this down. We originally thought silver sedan made sense because we didn't know that there was another vehicle after 3 a.m. The next vehicle comes at like 3:20, nearly 3:30, which is the Uber driver. And so it only made sense that, it had been the silver sedan, but, the argument was, why is it going to do a 3-point turn here just to back up and then go, back down, killing. And so, yeah, that just didn't quite, made sense at the time. We thought it let out somebody, then kind of waited, then turned maybe to maybe have them come down the ditch and then get in. But then with the motion light coming on, that kind of spooked them. And anyway, it was a decent theory, but I've got a much better one.
See? February 26th, 2:58 a.m. There's a car right there, 3:15 a.m. February 27th, same thing. Very suspicious.
Involving this silver sedan, and then we're going to get into breaking down the timeline. So if you haven't already, hit that like button. I promise you this will be worth it. A lot of you guys know I have studied this footage, especially the 3 a.m. video, so much that again,
really?
I know it forward, backwards, sideways.
That makes me wonder if
So this is really important because this is the beginning of everything, right? Now, as I told you, we're looking at Long Hollow, so just in case.
That makes me wonder if they possibly hid Sebastian at CP's parents' house.
Because we do have a lot of people in here. If you're just wondering, what are we looking at? Here is the neighborhood. That is Sebastian's home. Now we have surveillance footage. Of course, there's multiple, but some of the stuff that I have is up on a home up here. And because it's rolling hills, this is higher elevation, and there's an opening right here where we can actually see Long Hollow from one of the cameras. And so that's where we're looking. Now, to the right is westbound, to the left is eastbound. And as I said earlier, when looking between 3 and 4 a.m., I literally wrote down every vehicle that I could see. And most of them were going eastbound. I would say 80% of them were going eastbound, and about only 20%. Maybe 4 to 5 vehicles we're seeing between 3 and 4 going westbound. Keep that in mind. And 2 of those vehicles, well, yeah. So this is the silver.
So what Chris is saying is there's possibly more vehicles involved and more people involved. Allegedly, in my opinion.
Sedan, in my opinion, came from the cemetery. I think the other vehicle we're going to see in a minute is also at the cemetery. But they needed a scout, make sure nobody's walking up and down, wandering around in the area. And they also needed a signal. This is something new that I haven't shared before. And I think this is also what this vehicle was used for. And this makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. So at 2:58 and I think 8 seconds, that is the silver sedan.
That would make sense.
And then, of course, I think it's like 50 yards approximately, give or take, till the turn onto Kellen Ave. And then what we do is we take the time that we see it on, because we don't, unfortunately, there's no shot of it when it's going back the other way, unfortunately. That would have been nice because this got much better lighting, but unfortunately, there's not.
Exactly.
So what I did is I took the second we see it come in the frame on the next camera. So the second we see it here, I make a timestamp.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in Canada on things like credit cards, payday loans, or lines of credit? Are your monthly payments not driving down the balances, even when you pay hundreds each month?
Oh, I know he is. I know. You would think if he's about finding Sebastian, right? But no, he's worried because he knows he's the 1 year anniversary con. Anyway, I'll get sidetracked and go off on a rant. But yeah, he was clearly hired to create a bunch of nonsense, create a circus, attack a bunch of people, including Seth, and then try to throw the neighbor's son under the bus and just redirect a bunch of stuff using his following on Twitter. And it led to nowhere. What was his accomplishment for those 3+ months? Because clearly he came back, I guess, earlier this last year that we didn't even know about until he released it later on. Of some search that allegedly took place. But anyway, so I took a timestamp. So it was 46 seconds. So we saw it on Long Hollow till we see the first frame of it enter this. Then, of course, it does a U-turn. Now, there's something I have not said before in this live that I think it did. And again, not only do I think this was a scout, but this picture will come together in whole as we start breaking down the seconds of when we get to the 3 a.m. vehicle. So then at 2:59 and 35 seconds, you'll see is when we last see it around this frame right here. So then I time that. All right, put a timestamp. And then obviously, as the sun's coming down, it starts to really heat up this room.
So this must be the car when it got closer.
Okay, this is Silver's. This is him driving that neighborhood. He's literally taking kind of the same route as it's fast forwarded, but he just did that 3-point turn up at the top of Killen. Now he's going to drive down. Now this is what I think this vehicle also did. And again, this is a theory, right? Some of the other stuff I can, say is more legit, and I know there's more proof behind the scenes. But let me know what you think as he's coming back. He is now going to be passing. So assuming this is the silver sedan, right? And it's coming back down.
Oh, okay.
And we notice it took an extra 9 seconds
versus when it came. I think it slowed down, and that is, we just passed Carly's home. I think this car gave out some kind of signal, maybe flashed its head beams, could have even just, a multitude of things. Or Carly could have just seen the vehicle, but I think there was some kind of signal from this car, without using a cell phone. And you had Carly looking out his window, right? So Carly's looking out his window, he gets the signal, and whatever the signal is, it's a green for go, right? Hopefully that makes sense, and I'll show an overhead view of it as well. No, we didn't add in the 9 seconds. It's just from when we saw it at Long Hollow. So
I think this is the street that Silver is heading down. So this is the neighborhood, I'm guessing, where Sebastian lives and where he went missing.
For sedan, to when we saw it on the one security camera going up, and then taking a timestamp of when last frame we see it leaving that particular camera as it's coming back down, to then when we see it back on Long Hollow again. And so we take those 2 times, which one is 46 seconds, the other one was 50, or forget the time, was it 46 and 57, something like that. 9 second difference. Oh, I kind of see what you're saying. No, the 9 seconds, I mean, yeah, I think the 9 seconds, in my opinion, was him slowing down to alert Carly.
You've been through enough already. Getting compensated after your accident shouldn't be another fight. Listen.
And this is what I think happened. And look at the time, too. So remember, just after it leaves out.
Okay, so we're at the 45-minute and 2-second mark. So we're going to get to the 1 hour mark, and then we're going to do a part 2 tomorrow.
That camera, this is the other thing I forgot to mention. Sorry, because this is really interesting. Think about the time frame. Sorry to go back, but look at this. And this is also something we mentioned before, but look at right here. It's 2:59 and 35 seconds when it just left this frame. And it's going to probably take no more than maybe another 10 seconds for it to come up to Carly's home. Literally on the verge of 3 a.m. on the dot. Now we know, obviously, that Crispy and KK were in the military. So, things are going to likely happen on,
and they also abused
punctual time, 3 a.m., on the dot type stuff. Do you think that's a coincidence that this car is literally like right on the verge of 3 a.m. as it's doing its little run? Carly is the neighbor that lives behind the Proud Feet. And he was at the vigil after Sebastian went missing. He was a part-time officer for the Henderson PD.
Thank you, Linda.
Really, in my opinion, kind of like a rent-a-cop. He was freaking out after this, and there's so much more. Well, I don't want to get too sidetracked with that, but he is the neighbor, and there's allegedly there was some kind of alleged affair going on between Miss Proudfoot and the neighbor, because since there was an open CPS report and she had most
I would not want
custody
to live there.
of Sebastian and had him most of the time, that means whenever Sebastian was home, Chris, the husband, Crispy, could not be there. So we've heard alleged rumors that they were kind of having an affair. And there's reports that he was even helping her out around the home. Because again, Crispy couldn't be there. All right, not to get sidetracked, but I know there's a lot of questions, and I know we got a lot of people in here. So going back, I think the silver car not only was there to scout to make sure there's nobody walking up and down the streets, nothing going on, but then if they didn't see anything, they signaled to Carly because they would have passed directly past their home. Carly could have been in the window. Remember, this is at 3 a.m. Everybody else is really supposed to be in bed. He looks out the window for the signal, whatever it may be. This silver sedan could have flashed its headlights. Multitude of things. Could have had a flashlight in the car. Some kind of signal.
Yes,
and this is where
right
the neighbor, Carly, as we call him. We try to use nicknames. So, again, there's not... we don't get, lawsuits, whatever. Anyway. And then, of course, directly behind them is the Stink Feet home where Rogers went missing. So I think when this car went by, I think, again, it would have been just around 3 a.m. And I think Carly was alerted by the car, which then he could then alert because Katie's bedroom and sunroom, her whole front room and bedroom look towards Carly's. Both their backyards look at each other. And so I think he got a signal from the scout, and then Carly gave the signal to KK. Because if you've seen some of my previous lives, I have kind of shown, and I'll show again, that we originally thought that it was just KK and subject 1 was somebody that came out of the vehicle, but
where I live in
I'm telling
Canada,
you,
it's becoming
I'm
corrupted
90% sure subject 1 and 2 were there before the car came. So that really kind of narrows down the suspect list. So let me know if you think that's kind of makes sense, right? Now we're going to break down the timeline, and I promise you it is going to come right down to the seconds, and it's not going to be no coincidence. So this is a security camera from the Carly neighborhood or home, and this is Sebastian's home here. This particular screenshot, which is actually a thumbnail, we'll dive much deeper into this in a little bit, is looking. So clearly, and we knew that she was up at 3 a.m. because we see a bunch of lights on, including her bedroom light, which is right here. So she could have been waiting. And so he got the go, and then he runs and gives her the signal, say, hey, it's on, because obviously they're at least smart enough not to be using cell phones and calling each other and texting.
Yes, everyone.
So they're probably doing kind of military tactics, right?
Officially a mod.
I don't think it's a coincidence that flashlights are being used, right? Some kind of maybe Morse code, whatever. So I think he flashes, whatever, and that's the signal to go.
I had been...
Now, literally after this 1-minute interview, there's just one thing I want to get out because it's reinforced a lot, and I think Nancy Grace, this is one of the best ones, but we could pull a bunch of different interviews, but it's interesting how she wants to reiterate that by midnight she's fallen asleep and she's going to bed. So let me just play this full screen and I'll get to chat, and we're literally gonna then start breaking down second by second what happened. So let's just play this quote, because I think this, they're trying to reinforce that she is in bed, nothing's going on until she wakes up the next day, right?
reading a chapter that I needed to, and I had been talking to my husband on the phone. I was falling asleep on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put the dogs up and go to bed. And that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm.
No problem.
Planned, or he was lured out of the house, or something triggered him to leave out of the house.
So now we are going to start breaking this down. I'm going to leave this full screen for just a minute so you can see the vehicle. But remember, westbound, and I told you guys that there's only so many cars in the middle of the night that go westbound, which would be as we're looking to the right. Most cars go to the left. When I watched this and literally slowed it down between 3 and 4, and I even looked at 2 and 3 a.m. and it was the same statistics, 80% going eastbound and about only 20% of the vehicles seen going westbound. So it's not many. But notice it is from when we saw the silver sedan leave, it was 3 a.m. and a little bit of change. I forget the seconds, but it was literally, I think, 3 minutes and 8 seconds or something like that. I forget the timestamp. So literally, which allow it enough time to get to the cemetery, which is only a few blocks over. If you're just wondering, the cemetery is literally right here, and we had a bunch of activity that we've gone over in past lives, but we're not going to focus on that. But we do believe that they were somewhere around here. You have the silver sedan now. Go alert them saying, hey, it's a green for go. Didn't see anybody. I've alerted KK and Carly. And what do you know? 3 minutes later, one of, I think at best, maybe 4 to 5 cars between the hours of 3 and 4 went westbound. So, and we know 2 of them turned on to Kellen. So that just kind of shows you. But 3 minutes later, and I know 3 pops up a lot, which is interesting as well. And I'll get to chat here in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
And walked out of the house. I personally feel he got to Long Hole Pike, and he got picked up in a car, and they headed westbound.
No, what happened, CP, is you and KK got rid of Sebastian, in my opinion, and allegedly. Stop with the lie.
Along the whole pike.
Wow.
What's eerie is.
So now we see that car, and that car turned on to Kellen. So now, thanks to Silver's on the scene. 1 second. Okay, I'm back here. Kick on that. You see, I forgot about that. So now we are going to break this down second by second here. So, all right, let me just, well, I got to pause because we're now going to get into the bulk of it. Marissa says, much love, Mob Crew. Chris, thank you for keeping Sebastian's name out there. So much time and dedication. Thank you so much, Marissa. It means the world to me because I think most of you know that I've spent probably way too much time on these videos. But again, I always said, like, the videos are unbiased, right? They have no teams. So that's where I like to kind of keep my theories grounded, or, the information I learned, and utilize the footage around and build that around the theories. But this, again, is going to be big. And one more time. Oh, is this the same Marissa? Yeah. Oh, SWDR, bring him home. Wayne Drake Rogers, if anybody's wondering, that is his middle name, his full initials there. Thank you so much, Marissa, for the $20 super chat. God bless you. That is so sweet. It really helps me out, and it makes it worth putting these videos together, because
I think right there in the square, I think that's a light. I'm not sure. But let's keep on going.
Everybody has their, way of putting lives together, and I myself like to prepare hours and hours before for live shows. So here we are, breaking it down second by second, and we're going to use Silver's on the scene. Some of his driving to kind of break down second by second.
And she just...
So we know that we saw the vehicle, right? At 3:03 and 8 seconds, right? 28 seconds. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I think Silver's does have one, but I just couldn't find it in time. So what I did, because in this video I'm going to show he's coming this way, he's going to turn on. So I just calculated roughly the distance from this vantage point to the Kellen Road, from where we're going to see Silver's coming the other way. So even though they're coming from two different directions, the distance, I can't say it's down to the exact inch, but it's damn near close. And so here we go, guys. This is it, broken down second by second, and wait until you see the finale. And hopefully I drop some draws here, because there's a lot of work.
Missed the turn, but no problems. Here we go.
Oh, and what's funny is they did come from westbound, but unfortunately Silver's 2 had missed the turn. I don't blame her. It's at night. God bless her soul. And God bless Silver's and the fam. But so I just kind of calculated the approximate distance just from the other side, right? And then I timed it to when.
So we're going to take it kind of slow.
I would have to agree. Mob Crew, aka Chris, does do a good job with this as well. He is excellent at this.
To the neighborhood.
To the
I'm dropping down the window now. Okay. Go about 10 miles. You probably go 10 miles an hour. Maybe even 20. It's a little, yeah, we'll go a little faster. You're not going to turn. You're going to go straight.
Timed out. If anyone wants to go back and time it, this isn't fast forward or anything. This is
all right.
40.
So we're coming through the neighborhood. Just you can go a little.
So now it's kind of hard to see, but that is the Stafford right here. So I now put a timestamp, and that was 42 seconds from technically the position of where the 30.
Okay. So, we're going to stop there for today. And before I go, I have a quick little buddy that would like to say hi to all of you guys. So just wait. Say hi, Otis. Say hi. Yeah. You're the star of the show. Yeah, are you saying hi to everyone? Look. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, good boy, Otis. Are you saying hi to everyone? Yes, you are, my little hamster bud. Yes, you are. Yeah. Did you say hi? Yeah. You say hi to everyone. Say hi to Brown Eyes. Good boy. Yeah, you got to say hi to everyone. I know, isn't he just adorable? He's a little cutie pie. Oh, yeah. Well, if you've seen him up close, he is big, but he's tiny at the same time. But as well, I appreciate all of my subscribers and moderators for coming out to my stream today. And we're going to do a part 2 tomorrow. So check back tomorrow to watch to see when I go live. And also, thank you to everyone. I appreciate everyone for coming to watch my stream. And also, for people that were watching from the bushes, please click the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And also, share my channel out into the algorithm. And until next time, everyone, peace. Thank you, Brown Eyes.